What's up, guys? Juggalo here. I did some testing on my rig, or I should say my wife's rig, but it's what I built. And this video is going to be titled, I tested out my hypothesis, and it is correct. A hypothesis is a educated guess, and then after you make your educated guess, you actually do testing on it to see if it's correct or not. Well, with my educated guess, it was correct as far as what size rad I will need. I guessed I needed a 240 rad to cool the CPU and GPU using 2000 RPM fans by XSPC. I am using a XSPC EX 240 radiator, and that's what I assumed that I will be good to go as far as temperatures and everything like that. And for some reason my camera is messing up the lighting. I apologize about that. But I did some testing on idle, and like the idle temps were like 25, 27, but then again, it depends during the day or what time of day it is and how hot the area is as far as ambient temps, and that's what's going to determine your ambient temps. It's also going to determine your max load temps as well as far as the radiator dissipating all that heat. The reason why I made this guess is because the Ivy Bridge processor consumes a lot less power, and it has more performance per watt. That's the same with Kepler. You know, performance per watt is a lot higher than what it was way back in the day. So on idle, it was like 25, 27. Max load was 37 for the processor running Heaven Benchmark, and then for the GPU, it was like 29, and then the max was 50, or max was 45 at just stock settings. Excuse me. Now, when I bumped up my processor to 4.1 gigahertz, the Ivy Bridge does produce a lot of heat when you start overclocking the crap out of it. So I'm just doing a nice mild overclock, 4 gigahertz. It's not that bad. And I had to go in and turn off the turbo mode and all that stuff and make sure it's running at 4 gigahertz at all times. I don't even know if I figured that out, but this is when this book is going to come in handy, and I'm probably going to read it while I'm at work when no one's there to make sure what I'm doing and everything like that. But bumped it up to 41, and then times 100, that's 4.1 megahertz or 4.1 gigahertz, depending on what you want to say. And then I did my testing in Heaven Benchmark. The reason why I did this is because it tests mainly both parties, the CPU and GPU, even though it's mainly graphics card based. So with that, when I bumped it up to 4.1 gigahertz, the idle temps shot up quite a bit, or a little bit. I would say between 30 to 35, depending on the cores, just because generally you'll have two that run the same, a little lower, then you have two that run the same, but it'll be a little higher. I think the idle for the graphics card, or yeah, I'm getting tongue-tied, dang it. The idle for the GPU was probably 29 degrees or 30, and then the max load, and this is with me cranking up the voltage on the graphics card as high as I can go, which is 1.1175 volts. And when I ran Heaven Benchmark with max volts, had a little overclock on it, the max temp on this card was 50 degrees. The max temp on my CPU was 53, 47, 46, and then 52. So that was the max volts, not max volts for it, but the max temp that I got. And I ran core temp, so it would record the highest temp that I would get through that benchmark and save it on the max. So that's what I did. That's the only program I ran. Then after that, I exited out, recorded my temperatures and everything like that. So I'm definitely happy. You know, it's a pretty good cooling system in my opinion, just because I'm only using a 240 rad, but I am using 2000 RPM fans. So you can get decent cooling from a 240 radiator, and then if you have the newer technology, Ivy Bridge and Kepler, and you get 2000 RPMs for your rad, depending on which one you get, it cools pretty darn well, I have to say, in my opinion, in this testing and everything like that. I don't have any screenshots or anything like that. I'll do that all later when I have time. I've been working pretty much 56-hour weeks for the past 2 to 3 months now, and that's why I haven't produced a lot of videos. And when I produce videos, it means that I either A, I'm about to go to work, or B, I actually finally have a day off. So I know I uploaded multiple videos at once so everybody could see. And I guess that is it. The only thing I want to get for the rig mainly is some fans that have a 3-pin and that are LED green, because we're going for looks. I already got good fans for the radiator. And then I need to buy a keyboard, and then I need to buy a mouse. So I got to debate on what I'm going to do on that situation. But anyways, guys, comment, subscribe, rate this video, click that like button. You guys have a great day. Bye.